Hello everyone, my name is Alex Silva and this is Image Weekly. Hi there, today I wanted to talk to you about a very common, let's say a problem that we run into regularly, actually. Not only amateur photographers run into this problem, but actually more experienced photographers constantly struggle with their camera bags. So at some point we're going to have, well, in this kind of activity, whether it is a hobby or a profession for you, you're going to run into the situation where you have more gear than you can normally carry with you. And if you are just starting, well, you probably have your camera, your kit lens, and some accessories, probably a small tripod, whatever, things like that, or your memory cards and some cables, things like that, and you need to carry all those things around. So what can you do? Well, you need a bag. But what kind of bag? The short answer for this is it depends. It depends on quite a few factors, but mostly it depends on what you like, because there are many ways to carry your gear, but even if we start talking about many different bags, they will usually fall into one of these 4 categories. The first one, and I think the most classic one, is the messenger bag. Is this bag that you carry pretty much on your side with a lid that opens up, and you have your gear usually within reach around your hip, and it's actually very common, pretty comfortable up to a point. And that has been, I think, the most classic design for camera bags for many years. And it has this clear advantage of having your gear within reach pretty much all the time, and you have easy access to it, no problem. However, there is a bit of a disadvantage with it, because you're normally carrying the weight of your gear on one shoulder. Some bags allow you a bit more, let's say, stability or something like that, but usually you're carrying it on one shoulder, probably crossing it through your chest, and then you have your camera on one side, whether it is here, crossing, etc., or carrying right away from the same side. I don't recommend that, but anyway. And so given this situation, if you carry a lot of gear, you run a risk of injuring your back or your neck or your shoulder, things like that. So you need to keep the weight a bit low. So keep an eye on that. I think the best recommendation for that is to carry one camera body and probably up to 3 lenses, not too large, probably a flash, and that's pretty much it. It depends, of course, on your build, and your strength. But anyway, I think it's a good rule of thumb. I have used those, and I currently still own one of these bags that I really like. It's from Low Pro. It's the Inverse 200 AW, which includes a rain cover. And I really like this bag because, well, of course, it's a classic design and everything, but it also includes some straps that make it converting a bit into a what is it called, waist bag or waist pack, and it gives you more stability, but you're still carrying the weight on one shoulder. Another option that became really popular, but kinda is sometimes losing popularity, things like that, is the Sling Bag, which is not quite a messenger bag, but not quite a backpack. And I really like them because, well, it's also a bit small in most cases. so you can I think you have the constraints of, let's say, one camera body, probably 2 or 3 lenses, a flash, and some accessories, because you are also still only carrying the weight on one shoulder. However, sling bags allow them, and you're carrying the weight on your back, not on the side. But these bags are designed to for you to be able to, let's say, snap or snag it or slide it on your side, and it will end up right in front of you with a side opening that gives you access right away to your gear. I really like this design, mostly because it keeps your gear close to your body, and it gives, and since it opens on the side, it's your gear is really easy to access. However, well, given this side access, it may not be the most secure or the safest method of carrying your bags, your gear. But anyway, it's still a very good design. I have used slings before. I have used 2 from Low Pro. One is the Slingshot. The other, I can't remember, but I'm sure that I link it below. And I also currently use a Thinktank Turnstyle 20, which I just love because I can also carry an iPad there, and it helps a lot. So sling bags, really good, but still limited to light loads. Then it comes to backpacks. Backpacks I just love, and if you carry a lot of gear, maybe this is the way to go, because since you are carrying the weight on both your shoulders, it's easier for you to protect your back, and you don't run the same risk of injury as you do with messenger and sling bags. With backpacks, your gear is usually more secure, and your health in general terms is also better secured. But and there are many designs for backpacks. I used to use some bags open on the side, like a sling bag. Some other bags open to the front. Some others open to the back of the bag, which is next to your back. So in essence, you don't have a problem of somebody opening your bag and taking your gear or something like that. However, well, if your bag opens on the front, well, one big disadvantage there is that you need to get your backpack off you, place it somewhere, and then you will have access to your gear. With the other 2 designs, there's always a way to move the bag around or through the waist or things like that, so that you will have easier access to your gear. Many backpacks, depending on their weight capacity or load capacity, will have chest straps or even hip straps that will help you stabilize the load, and I really like that about it. However, of course, there is a limit. Keep an eye on your back. Do not overload the backpack. Anyway, I have used many of these before. I used to own a Tamrac Adventure 9, which was great, except it was pretty heavy. Even while empty, it was pretty heavy. Then I had a Low Pro Flipside 400 AW. I didn't really like that. I thought I would like it because the way it opens and things like that, but it was really difficult to balance, and with a lot of design problems that I didn't really like. I bought it, and then I owned it for a few years, but I think I used it for 3 or 4 times totally. And then I switched to the one that I'm using currently is the Thinktank Urban Approach 15, which, if you look at it, it seems small, but it carries a lot. and I really like that about that camera. It has a lot of capacity. You can carry a laptop, an iPad, and a lot of gear with it. So it's amazing. You can even carry a tripod with it. So it's really comfortable, of course, easy to balance, and it's just amazing. I really like that bag, and I strongly recommend it. The last category that I wanted to mention was roller bags, which, well, as their name implies, they have rolling wheels at the bottom, so you are not going to actually carry them, but pull them. And you can pretty much carry everything and the kitchen sink with it. Those are especially helpful if you're really carrying a lot of weight, a lot of gear, and or really heavy or really big gear. Let's say you have a 600 millimeter lens, or large light stands, or a tripod, or a really heavy tripod, things like that, besides your camera. That definitely roller cases are a great option if you're carrying that kind of gear. I haven't used any one of those, but I think it will be in those cases when you carry a lot of gear, or really heavy or really big and heavy gear. I think the roller cases are great. Now, how to travel with them, I think that will be the subject for another video, because the recommendations to travel are, especially air travel, can be very different from country to country, from airline to another. And I recently saw a video from Matt Granger stating that even in the same airport, the rules may be different from terminal to terminal. So it's a bit of a mess right now. So I think I'll leave my recommendations, travel recommendations, for another video or another post. But so far, I think I covered the 4 main categories, and I really hope you like this video. I actually linked all the gear that I own and the recommendations for it below this video and in the blog post that accompanies this video. And full disclosure, all those links are affiliate links if you want to buy them. But if an affiliate link means that you're not going to pay more if you use those links, but I will receive a bit of a commission. So if you use those links, I will really appreciate it. If you like this video, of course, like it. If you can share it, that's even better. If you'd like for me to add, or you think I missed something, or you'd like to add to this conversation, you can do it. Yeah, you're welcome to do it, leaving a comment, whether it is on YouTube or on the blog, on the blog post. And of course, if you want to keep learning with me, you can subscribe to the channel or subscribe to the weekly newsletter on the blog if you prefer to read this information. And of course, if you are a bit new in photography, you're of course looking for a bag, but also want to take more control of your camera, I have an online course for that. You can learn photography in 7 days going to learnphotographyin7days.com. And please remember, keep learning and keep shooting.